right, what is up, YouTube? Unexplored YGO here with my boy Ryan. Ryan, what'd you place today?
I placed second place at locals, going technically undefeated. XO with 1 draw. Playing Yummy with a little bit of spice in it.
All right.
So matchups were I played 2 Yummy mirrors, 1 in first round, 1 in last round. I played, 3 Yummy mirrors. First 2 rounds were Yummy mirrors. Third round was against Regenesis Kashtira. Fourth round was against Vanquish Soul Canine.
Okay. How was it playing against Yummy?
The Yummy mirror, honestly, was some of the most fun. I mean,
really?
it's definitely a matchup where you were just constantly going back and forth, and you really have to be smart about how you're sequencing. But also, I think the way I played the deck and how I built it helped with having disruptions that they weren't expecting and struggled to deal with.
I got you.
Let's go ahead and get right into the deck profile here.
Sounds good, bud.
We'll start with the Yummy engine to start with. It's pretty standard. We've got 3 Cupsy.
All right.
Because of the extra engine I'm playing, I wanted 3 of the best starter, but I cut down the other names, Cookie and Lollipo, both to 2.
And if you don't mind, just for those who don't know what they do, can you just give a brief description of what they do?
Sure, yeah. Deck just came out, so it makes sense. Cupsy, all of them have the same inherent summon effect from hand, where if you control a Link 1 or a Synchro 2, I believe it's any Synchro 2 or just a light Synchro. Any level 2 Synchro. You can control them from hand, and then each one has an on-summon effect that changes depending on if they summon themselves or if they were summoned by a light Synchro monster.
Okay.
So Cupsy is your best starter. It searches on summon, so usually immediately demands a response from your opponent. And if they don't, you get to plus, and then you can go right into the Link one, which is in the extra deck.
Perfect.
Cookie on summoning by its own effects, and then if it summons off of the Synchro, this draws a card, which can help you get into interruptions. Cookie on summon either sinks a monster by 1,000, which can help with protecting your guys in battle, or if he's summoned by a Synchro, he pops a face-up monster. And then Lollipo is on its own summon, shuffles a card into the deck, which can be good sometimes. Sometimes you can put back hand traps that'll be useless for your opponent. But if it's summoned by a Synchro, it banishes a card instead. So it's just nice graveyard disruption.
Sounds good, absolutely.
But you don't want to really have to normal these with the engine that I'm playing, so I decided to cut down these and just use them as extenders rather than starters.
Sounds good.
Then we played 2 of the surprise. This one, it's quick play spell, has 3 effects. You can use each effect once per turn. So if you have multiple quick plays, you can use one of each effect.
So broken.
It's insane. Playing 2 was 100% correct. Helps the grind game, helps with follow up because your Cupsy can set the second one when it comes back. Helps extend, play through Nib. Do not regret playing 2 at all.
Okay.
Might even bump it to 3 or side a third one. It's just an insane card.
Okay, gotcha.
The 3 effects: non-target reborn from hand or grave, or target 2 of your guys and 2 of their guys, 2 cards they control, bounce them. But then you can chain and Synchro so you don't lose any advantage, or it helps you recover your field spell from graveyard. So all 3 super good effects all come up in different game states.
Okay.
And then we play 1 of each field spell. This is the one that helps you on your turn 1 to extend and keep playing with your 1-card combos. This one is interruption on your opponent's turn. You play both because they help recycle when they're in the graveyard. And this is how you OTK. So this card is crazy. Definitely play 2. I would never not play both of them. I won my Vanquish Soul match because of this card.
Okay.
Popping their field spell so they couldn't extend was huge.
Absolutely.
So that's the entire Yummy engine. Was awesome, broken, insane.
How was the consistency?
Had no consistency. I think I had 1 match where I drew no starters whatsoever. Every other game I played, I was pretty much able to play no problem.
Okay.
And even when I didn't draw starters, the cards I'm playing to interrupt all were pretty much live, so I was able to survive and get to the next turn.
I got you.
Now for the spicy engine. We paired it with the Mimigul engine. So this engine is amazing. It just prints level 1 bodies without any lock whatsoever, while also allowing you to trigger monster effects on your opponent's turn, which help turn your board breakers like Thrust and Talents live. So Maker is your best starter. It's honestly a better starter than your Yummy starters. This is basically Obedient School without a lock.
Oh, nice.
So on activation, it's going to reveal 2 flip monsters. You always reveal 2 Mimighouls. Summon 1 face down to your opponent's field, and then 1 to your hand, and then you can special summon a Mimigul from hand. So you reveal, usually 9 times out of 10, you're revealing Dragon and Archfiend. Because no matter which one you give your opponent and which one you get, it's always going to be 2 bodies.
Right.
And then these guys are level 1, so they work perfectly with turning into anima and being used as synchro material with your Yummy Snatchy, so they're amazing.
Very nice.
Dragon is also a 1-card starter on normal summon because he turns into a rank 1 in the EMZ, which then turns into Gravity Controller, which then lets you get into your Yummy engine. Archfiend is the one you usually want to summon to your field because it flips up their the card on their field, forces an activation, and then gets the body back over to your field to let you keep playing.
Right.
You play 2 because if you open 1, you get to trigger the other one and draw a card and get a card out of their hand.
Very nice.
The other 2 that I played, which both felt good, were Slime and Fairy. You have to play this one if you want the maximum number of bodies, because if you start with Dragon, you go Archfiend Slime, which get you Fairy or another Dragon from deck, which is 4 level 1 bodies without your normal summon.
Okay.
Fairy is honestly really good to end with on your opponent's field because with the field spell, they're forced to flip it up before they can normal summon, and it turns off all special summon hand effects. So Banquet Soul monsters, K9 monsters, all completely turned off when they flip this up. So honestly, very good. It's also an extender from hand on your side, so it helps you extend if they interrupt your other Mimigul plays. Aside from the 2 1-of monsters, we play 1 of the field spell and 1 of the trap.
Okay.
So the field spell, depending on the matchup, I will sometimes leave this on field over the Yummy field spells because it's harder for your opponent to start their game plan. But it's also great on turn 3 where if you didn't get this in your first rotation, when you summon Dragon off of the trap card, you'll search this, which will get your Yummy field spell into the graveyard to allow you to recycle your names. Sometimes you can struggle to get one of them into the graveyard to then start putting your synchro names back into your extra deck. And then Room is just summon one of these guys from hand or graveyard. Sorry, hand or deck, either to your opponent's field face down or to your field face up, and then also non-target Book of Moon's a monster. So amazing interruption. Also puts a level 1 body on your field to be able to synchro with Snatch.
And for those who don't know, just explain to them how annoying that field spell is for Mimigul.
Oh, so the field spell has some really annoying limitations. So if they control a face-down monster, they can't normal summon, and they can't attack with special summon monsters that were special summoned this turn. And it also pumps all your Mimigul guys the turn after they're summoned, so they become really hard to out. So it makes your board very sticky, and it forces very awkward plays from your opponent, especially when this is engraved, because when they special summon, if this is engraved, you banish it to then flip up these guys, which forces the interruptions on their end. Another really funny thing is, because these are forced to activate, if they flip them up, it gives you a trigger opportunity for your Yummy Synchros to tag out. Because they'll activate an effect, and then you can tag out on them. So the synergy is just crazy across all of these. So I do not regret playing this engine whatsoever, and I like it a lot more than the Striker and Obedient Schooled engine. Especially going second, this plus this represents a board wipe automatically. So it helps with pushing into boards as well. So love this engine.
That's good.
Now to get into non-engine. I decided to go only breakers and non-monster hand traps. So
I think that's the way to go this format.
My idea was I can play through Vanquish Soul interruptions if it's just Vanquish Soul, but K9 on top of it is just too much. And so I wanted to essentially say that if you have an Azuna in hand, I want it to be as useless as possible. So we played 3 Droplet. In my opinion, best board breaker in the format. You can get cards out of your hand. Other breakers that you don't need. It helps you when your opponent starts to interact. Helps you push through boards very, very nicely. And then I decided to main some other breakers that you normally see in the side deck. I played 1 Duster, 1 Dark Ruler, and 2 Lightning Storm. This was mostly because I thought Draco Tail might be pretty popular as well. And Draco Tail, if they do their turn 1 plays, or turn 0 plays on your turn, they're going to set spell traps when they fuse. And I'm on 3 main deck Thrust. So the idea was, if my Draco Tail opponent starts playing turn 0, or they're going to set spell traps, which then turns on my thrust to be able to search Duster as a black back row blowout, which means even if they set up on my turn 0, when it gets back to their turn, most of their stuff's going to be in the grave, and they actually don't have a ton of plays that they can make from there.
Okay.
But also the Yummy monsters activate, or the Mimigul monsters activate on their field, which makes this live automatically. So a lot of times if you see Mimigul Engine plus this, you're going to get to Talents turn 1, allow you to look at their hand, and then you play them with almost perfect knowledge, which means you can be very, very surgical with your Mimigul and your Yummy interruptions.
Oh, wow.
So hand knowledge is just insane in this format, so I don't regret that at all. But I didn't want to go full breaker only because I wanted to be able to have some interruptions to prevent opponents from full comboing you.
Right.
And so for that reason, because Yummy, the Mimigul cards can activate in hand to summon themselves, but usually you're putting them on board with the spells. So you get to play the trap hand traps that do not turn on the K9 engine.
Okay.
And you get full Yummy combo even under the restriction of Songs of the Dominators.
Right.
And then we also play Purge because they're Earth and Light, so there's no limitation on the monster types that you can play either.
Very nice.
And so 9 of these means that if you see 2 of them, usually you're putting your opponent on a half board unless they open Insane.
Yeah. That's a dangerous combination.
And this deck will cook half boards every day. So that's the main deck. I was at 43. I just couldn't find way to get it down to 40 or 41. I wanted to play all these cards. If you want to get down to 40, the main thing I'd say is you could possibly cut the back row blowouts. Draco Tail wasn't super popular today, so I might put those into the side going forward.
Okay.
And that would get it down to an even 40.
I got you. But other than that, really no consistency issues?
Not at all. I think I had one game where I didn't see either engine, but I saw Dominator, Purge, and Imperm, and nobody's playing through that, so you were fine anyways.
That's a hard day.
So that's the main deck. We'll move into the extra. Extra is pretty standard except for some of the Mimigul cards that you play in here.
Okay.
For the Link ones, Gravity Controller, because you can turn any of your non-links into a Link 1 to start getting into your Yummy engine.
Okay.
Anima comes up in lines where they interrupt your Mimigul stuffing up where you can't get to the rank 1. So you just turn one of your level 1s that's on the board into an Anima, and if you have a Yummy monster in hand, you special it and you're off to the races.
Okay.
3 Statue. You have to play 3. You go through 2, 2, 3 in your opening combo, and bare minimum you're going to go through 2, and so you need to have one in the extra deck to be able to play on turn 3.
Right.
Card's amazing. You get to interrupt your opponent 7 or 8 times on their turn, and it's awesome. It's just an amazing card.
I agree.
And then the last link we play is the Inari. This helps reset quick plays. So you're surprised you can get to reset to have interruption on your opponent's turn.
It protects the field spell too, right?
Protects your field spell from targeting, and if they do destroy it in some way, so like a Duster, you get to, or if this card is destroyed, you get to do effects based on how many field spells there are. With one, you either get to pop a card or burn for 1,500. If there's field spells on both sides, you get to do both.
Oh, wow.
So, amazing card. I feel like it's non-negotiable. As for the synchros, it's just one of each level 2. You don't need more. They're bouncing themselves back to the extra deck all the time. It never really comes up. Even if they have Cashier, Unicorn, or something like that, you're always going to have one that you can go into. These 2 you're usually going through on your first turn combo.
Okay.
This is interruption for your opponent's turn, and then you recycle them all.
I got
you. Never need more than one.
I got you.
And then we're on Martial Metal and Herald. This is for your turn 1 line where you end on an Omni Negate.
Okay.
Also, randomly has a really good application against Draco Tail, where if they try to fuse from hand, it banishes all their stuff so they don't get triggered to set this. So a lot of times when if I'm playing against Draco Tail, I will just sit on this and hold the negate as long as possible and force him to lose resources by trying to fuse.
Okay.
Don't play 2 just because it doesn't really come up with the lines that I go for. Right. But I might play 1 in the future. I might change something in the Exceeds monsters. But,
okay.
Those are all standard. The non-standard cards are for the Mimigul lines. And those are Giant. This is the one you're going to go into 9 times out of 10.
Okay.
On summon, search the Mimigul card, which usually gets you your trap if you don't have it, or the monster to extend. It just gets you whatever you're missing in your opening hand. You make it an EMZ, turn the Gravity Controller, any level 1 and any Yummy in hand or a spare level 1 Mimigul on board is full Yummy combo. So it's perfect. It's amazing. Comes up in time too. If you can have a stick on your field. If they control a face-down monster, you can pop face-up cards on either side of the field and burn. So it's a time card as well, which can come up. especially in these games are very grindy in this format. So having a way to burn is very useful.
Right.
Ripplebird comes up in lines where you have a level face down on your board that you want to trigger. So instead of making giant, you turn 2 into Ripplebird and then flip something up, force an activation, and then you turn on Thrust and Talents.
Okay.
And then you can still turn it into Gravity Controller, which is in the EMZ, so you still get to do all your stuff.
Oh yeah.
Also, when it's in, it helps bump your guys too. When it's in, if all your monsters are in attack, you get an extra 500 boost, which with the field spell means your guys get massive. And then if everything you control is a defense position, they can't attack. So
even better.
Comes up to protect your board. Last two, didn't summon either one of these all day. These are the two that I would probably cut for other Link monsters.
Okay. See ya.
I would probably play a generic Link 2 for Contact C. It was floating around. I didn't run into it, but I heard other Yummy players at the locals today who did.
Okay.
And I don't have an out for it in my main deck, so this would probably become like an SP or
IP
Alsa or just something.
I got you.
And then Zeus also didn't ever come up. There may have been games they said it would have. I might keep it in, or I'll trade it out for either like an SP, or I might just do the Fiendsmith thing where you have Moon and Requiem to turn into a Link 1 to turn your Yummy engine on.
Okay.
So those are the only 2 cards I would change. Everything else in the extra deck feels non-negotiable.
I got you.
This also could be a second Herald. That's probably what I'm going to do. So like Link 2 and a Herald, and second Herald because it'll come up.
Can't go wrong with that.
And then side deck, pretty basic. From when I go first, I have Called By to help with Charmies. 2 Fenrir. This card is amazing to insulate your board going first. It's also amazing in the mirror. If you permanently get rid of their attack boost field spell, they can't beat over this. They don't have a monster big enough that's going to out a 2400. So this card is amazing in the mirror. It also just helps insulate your board when you get interrupted with like Thulos and stuff like that.
I got you.
This card is cringe. It should be banned, but you have a rank 1 wind wing beast you can make, so you can thrust for this, set it up, and turn skip your opponent. Turn skips are strong in this format. Amazing in the Yummy mirror. This card is probably the MVP of the mirror. It won me a mirror match because you can summon any of your guys from deck, stop there, link 1 from synchroing, and then you get to your full combo too. So card's amazing. And then I did play some hand traps in the side when I knew I wasn't going against K9 engines. This was if I ran into other heavy combo decks like Malice and stuff like that. If people were still playing Rise of Mitsu, I wanted to have Droll for them. I didn't think Malice would be popular, so I didn't do Lancia. And so when I knew I was playing against non-K9 and they were going to side in Charmies, I had Ash to stop Charmies.
Okay. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, it's just kind of generic. This I don't put it in against K9 Vanquish Soul even if they charming me because I just refuse to turn on Azuna at all costs.
Crazy to think that now we're siding Droll and Ash.
Yeah, I mean, hand traps are just, you do not want to turn on K9 engine in this format.
Absolutely.
Especially with this deck because you already struggle to break boards, and so you don't want to get your turn 1 combo interrupted by at all costs.
Absolutely. We really appreciate the deck profile, Ryan. Thank you very much.
No problem. Deck felt great, and hope to see you guys in a future deck profile.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.